Once upon a time, in a cozy little house at the edge of a friendly village, there lived a kind 6-year-old girl named Rosie. Rosie had sparkly brown eyes, rosy cheeks, and a heart as warm as sunshine. Every night before bed, she would gaze out her window at the fluffy clouds drifting across the sky. She always wondered what it would be like to sleep among them. And tonight, dear little one, her wish was about to come true. Rosie's best friend in the whole world was her floppy-eared dog named Biscuit. Biscuit was golden brown, like a perfectly toasted biscuit, with a wagging tail that never seemed to stop. He loved to lead Rosie on adventures through the garden, the meadow, and anywhere his curious nose would take him. That evening, Biscuit sniffed something extraordinary outside Rosie's window, a shimmering golden ladder made entirely of starlight stretching up into the clouds. Rosie put on her favorite purple pajamas and her softest slippers. In her hands, she carried her most treasured possession, a magical lunchbox that sparkled like it was sprinkled with fairy dust. Her grandmother had given it to her, whispering that it would always be filled with delicious chicken nuggets whenever she opened it with a grateful heart. Rosie tucked the lunchbox under her arm, took Biscuit's leash, and together they began climbing the starlight ladder into the sky. Up and up they climbed, through wisps of cotton candy clouds that tickled Rosie's nose and made Biscuit sneeze little puppy sneezes. The air grew softer and sweeter, smelling like vanilla and honey. Finally, they reached the most magnificent sight Rosie had ever seen. An enchanted castle made of pearly white clouds, with towers that glittered like diamonds and windows that glowed with warm, golden light. A rainbow arched gently over the tallest tower, and tiny stars twinkled around the castle like fireflies. Biscuit's tail wagged excitedly as he led Rosie through the castle's cloud gates. Inside, everything was soft and bouncy, like walking on the fluffiest pillows imaginable. The walls shimmered with pastel colors, lavender, rose pink, and baby blue. Rosie giggled as she bounced gently with each step. They discovered a grand dining hall with a long table made of silver clouds, set with tiny teacups and plates that sparkled like morning dew. Rosie's tummy rumbled softly. She sat down at the cloud table and opened her magical lunchbox. Inside were the most beautiful golden chicken nuggets she had ever seen, arranged in a perfect little pile. But as dinner time began, and the clock tower chimed 6 gentle bongs, something magical happened. One little chicken nugget began to wiggle, then it jiggled. Then it grew 2 tiny legs, 2 tiny arms, and the sweetest little face with bright eyes and a warm smile. The chicken nugget hopped right out of the lunchbox and landed on the table with a happy little bounce. "Hello there," it said in a voice like tiny bells. "My name is Nuggy, and I come to life every dinner time to find friends to share a meal with." Rosie's eyes grew wide with wonder, and Biscuit tilted his head curiously. Nuggy did a little dance on the table, making both Rosie and Biscuit laugh with delight. Nuggy looked around the grand dining hall and noticed something. The room was beautiful, but it felt a little empty. "Rosie," Nuggy said thoughtfully, "this castle is home to many cloud creatures who are too shy to come to dinner. They're lonely, you see. Would you like to meet them?" Rosie nodded eagerly. Biscuit led the way, his nose twitching as he sniffed out new friends hiding in the soft, fluffy corners of the cloud castle. They found a family of cotton puff bunnies behind a lavender curtain, 3 baby cloud kittens curled up near a window, and a sleepy little cloud bear who had forgotten what it felt like to share a meal. One by one, Biscuit gently guided them to the dining hall, and Rosie welcomed each one with her kindest smile. Soon, the long silver table was surrounded by the most adorable cloud creatures, all looking hopefully at Rosie's magical lunchbox. Rosie looked at her chicken nuggets, then at all the hungry little faces around her. Without hesitating, even for a moment, she opened her lunchbox wide and said, "Let's share." As she passed a nugget to each cloud creature, something wonderful happened. Each chicken nugget seemed to taste even more delicious than before. The cloud bunny's eyes sparkled, the kittens purred with happiness, and the little cloud bear gave the warmest, cuddliest smile. Nuggy danced with joy. As everyone munched their nuggets together, the dining hall filled with warmth and laughter. The food tasted sweeter, the room glowed brighter, and everyone's hearts felt fuller. Nuggy climbed onto Rosie's shoulder and whispered, "You see, dear Rosie, sharing makes everything taste sweeter. The more love you put into giving, the more delicious life becomes." Rosie hugged Nuggy gently and knew this was a lesson she would remember forever. The moon rose high above the cloud castle, casting a silvery glow through the windows. One by one, the cloud creatures yawned and snuggled into soft cloud beds that appeared all around the room. Rosie felt her own eyes growing heavy. Biscuit curled up at her feet, his tail giving one last sleepy wag. Nuggy nestled back into the lunchbox, whispering, "Good night, sweet Rosie." Rosie yawned the biggest, coziest yawn, closed her eyes, and drifted off to sleep, dreaming of sharing, friendship, and the sweetest adventures yet to come.